It is the wrap-up show with John Schaefer and Jim Russell. We're back for another edition, and here's why you want to subscribe. If you like Padres content year-round, we have it for you. Hit the subscribe button. If you like what we're doing with this video, hit the thumbs up as well. We're on Twitter, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Interesting timing, Jim. I mean, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, final handful of games of the regular season. Annie Halberd, right, Bally Sports San Diego and the UT caught up with Tommy Pham to talk about what he thinks is ahead for him. I mean, would he be willing to come back on a one-year deal? And what do we think about that? This was Annie Halberd with Tommy Pham.
Tommy, you are a free agent this offseason. Where do you think you'll be? Do you think that you'll come back to San Diego? Do you want to come back to San Diego?
Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. I like it here. I like my teammates here. I wouldn't rule it out. I didn't have the season I was expecting, so I'm fully prepared to take a one-year deal and reestablish my market.
All right, What do you think about that? Do you
one-year deal?
Do you want Tommy Pham on a one-year deal? That's the question today. You can reply below with your answer to that. We'll try to answer that right now, Jim. What do you think? Tommy Pham, who, if you look at these numbers, the 2 years he's been a Padre, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, he has hit 226 with a 336 on base, which is impressive with a 226 batting average, 370 slugging. His OPS is 706 here. His Major League Baseball average is well above that. Will he bounce back as a 33-year-old in 2022?
So my first thought would be, who would be a better option than Tommy Pham, right? Like, if you're going to get rid of or not re-sign Tommy Pham to a one-year deal, you better have at least a better option to put in left field. And I immediately go to the free agent list here. And it's not great. Like, if you're looking at outfielders, you have Marwin Gonzalez, you have Jock Peterson. I would actually like Jock Peterson. Kyle Schwarber, he might demand more than a one-year deal. Chris Taylor, that's a great option, but he also might demand more than a one-year deal. You have, Brett Gardner, but he's 38 years old. You have Kevin Pillar, Starlin Marte. You have Mark Canha. You have, Jorge Soler, but he's more of a DH guy, even though he's playing for the Braves. So those are pretty much the other options you have to choose from if you're not going to bring back Tommy Pham. And if you can bring back Tommy Pham.
Yeah, and I was going to say, what are you spending here? Because Tommy Pham's a flyer. I mean, what's he going to get? A few $1 million? If you start talking Castellanos and Starling Marte, you're talking about these multiple year, massive deals. I don't think the Padres are going to be in that position this offseason. Do you?
No, but also you have to look at the market, and if you can get, like Jock Peterson, I believe, or not Jock Peterson, Kyle Schwarber signed for a one-year deal with the Nationals, and dude is hitting over 30 home runs. He got traded, but still, he was one of the best pickups in the offseason at a bargain. It's those type of deals I would really like to see AJ Preller do. And what we've seen from Tommy Pham in his year and a half here with the Padres, nothing really excites me. Like, I look at Tommy Pham as average. But again, a one-year deal for like $3 million, $4 million, it's not the worst thing in the world. I would like an upgrade, definitely, for sure. But what else is out there? And you're not going to go down to Robert Hassel right now. I don't think he's ready, even though he's considered, by Mad Friars, a good friend at Mad Friars, that he's their top prospect in the organization. But is he ready? I don't think he's ready yet. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I'm not like happy about it.
I don't know what he's going to get. I think he was making something like $9 million this year. He's not getting $9 million on a one-year deal. By the way, someone like Schwarber, might have been a good signing this past year. First of all, he got $10 million for 1 year. Secondly, he's not even 30. He's not getting a one-year deal. I mean, he's getting a multi-year deal based on what he's done this year. So if you're looking at a long-term answer in the outfield, I honestly don't know if the Padres are going to entertain that. If you want to get creative, split some time, use an Adam Frazier, Tommy Pham combination. If you think Will Myers is going to be back, here's the thing. I mean, you might need some outfield depth. if you don't have Pham, if you're able to move a Myers, if you don't envision Frazier as an outfielder, I don't know what they envision Adam Frazier as. I think he's got to play outfield next year, at least a lot of outfield with Tatis and Cronenworth. I mean, where's he going to play?
You know what I
DH? You don't
envision?
want to DH Frazier.
You know what I envision Adam Frazier as? A non-tender. Seriously.
No way. No way. No way. Unless the GM's different, because you don't make a deal like that and punt on it that quickly. He's been fine the last couple of weeks. He has no power. I hate him as a corner outfielder. I hate him as a DH. I love him as a second baseman. If you're willing to move Hosmer and put Cronenworth at first for 150 games, I just don't know if they're going to do that.
Right. But if you look at Adam Frazier, he's expected to get a raise. And like you just pointed out, dude has no pop, nothing. Do you really want to put him in the outfield when that's not his position?
No.
Especially a corner outfield? No, I'm not. I don't want to do that. And you have a crowded infield. You're not going to have him come off the bench. Like, he's not going to be filling in the Ha-Seong Kim role. This dude needs to play every day because you invested in him at the trade deadline.
But again, second. I mean, I just looked it up. He's a 4-WAR player. He's going nowhere. I mean, he is on your 26-man roster. The problem is you need to utilize him where he's at a strength. That's the problem with the move they made in July. They're like, oh, we'll put you out in left. Well, that doesn't make any sense to put him out in left. And he struggled for a month when they bounced him all over the place. I actually think he's found his footing a little bit here recently. I think he's got to play second base, but the problem is you have a really good second baseman. You've got these two all-star second basemen. That's a whole nother conversation, but it goes back to your point. I mean, I think it's a very good point. The reason you'd want Pham back is not based on what he's done in 2020-21. It's based on your lack of depth at the position. I mean, you have Trent Grisham coming off an average year at best. You have Tommy Pham coming off a below-average year. Will Myers off a below-average year. Jurickson Profar off a below-average year. Like, think about that combination. You got a below-average outfield heading into 2022. I just wonder if Tommy Pham can have a better year, and I see it all over social media. Oh, the analytics said he was unlucky. Really? For 2 years? And what do the analytics say about the fact that he's injury prone? What do they say about the fact that he's a year older and he's 33? So I like him as a flyer. I do not like him starting. I like him as a platoon. I don't like him playing 150 games in left field. Not for me.
Yeah, and then it goes back to if he's brought back on a 1-year deal, $3-4 million, like, okay, you can accept that, and hope that he can, I don't know, regain some of his pop and like he said to Annie, regain his value and, you know, kind of shape his market out on a 1-year deal. So yeah, it just doesn't like excite me at all because again, we've been talking about AJ Preller bringing back Jace Tingler and shuffling the front office with the same voices in there, just different positions. And again, you're just essentially running it back. So bringing back Tommy Pham and just hoping that he returns to his days with the Rays and the Cardinals, again, that's another hope. I don't want to have any more hopes. And if this guy does this and if this guy does that, like we've seen what Tommy Pham does. If Tommy Pham does anything next year, like it's just, I feel like it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. He might have a couple good breakout weeks, but what they need pop in the outfield. They need power. Is Tommy Pham going to provide that power? No, he's not.
I'll give you a couple names. How about AJ Pollock, who's in his mid-30s?
I love that.
What about? I mean, Chris Taylor is not my pop guy, but he's my utility guy. It's like trying to beat the Dodgers. It's like trying to beat the Dodgers at their own game. I think they've tried to do that with the Profars and the Fraziers. I don't think it's worked the way the Dodgers have had it work. But you got two free agents in Pollock and Chris Taylor. Now Taylor's going to be pricey, right? Taylor's going to be a little pricey. I don't think Pollock would. Really, he's 34. I mean, he's not going to come cheap. He's not $3 million. But is he a 1-year $10 million guy, a 2-year $20 million guy? Something like that might be affordable for AJ Preller.
That's why if Chris Taylor is like legitimately available, would you take him over Adam Frazier?
Yeah, of course.
Would you take him over Tommy Pham?
Yeah, because I just think he does a lot of things well. Like he gets on base. He's got a little bit of pop. He runs the bases well. He plays multiple positions. I just like his versatility. I think versatility in big league baseball today is a huge strength. I'm talking real versatility. I don't think Adam Frazier is a versatile player because of his bat. It doesn't play well at corner position. So, yeah, I'm a fan of Chris Taylor. He's won a lot of games. He's been a part of some really
He's an
good
all-star this year.
teams. He was an all-star. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want Chris Taylor? I think Chris Taylor's he's a 3-year 45. You know, he's a big price tag. He's in his early 30s. I think AJ Pollock would come at an affordable price.
No, yeah. I if I were to choose, obviously I would choose Chris Taylor. But if you're looking at affordable prices, that is what we're talking about here, like, then yeah, I would choose AJ Pollock, even with his injury history. You know, he's injured this year. He's been injured a lot. I think I would take him over Tommy Pham just because he provides more of what this team needs. This team needs pop. This team needs something in the outfield that Tommy Pham right now is not giving them. And to bring back Tommy Pham on a 1-year deal, while it might look good on paper and look good financially, what can you truly expect to get from Tommy Pham next year that you haven't seen in the first year and a half with this team? Like, I understand the stabbing potentially ruined his career as far as like his power goes and all of that, but that happened after the 2020 season. And in the 2020 season, he kind of didn't do anything at all either. He was hurt. He had no pop. When he came back, singles hitter at best, like, and he's injury prone. He gets injured a lot. He's a guy that just, again, doesn't excite me. But hey, maybe the Padres love the guy a lot, that they're willing to sacrifice a lot to bring back Tommy Pham. And it seems like that's happening a lot, or it's going to happen a lot with this Padres franchise, is that AJ Preller, you know, he loves guys with the Rangers. So he's going to bring them over to the Rangers to be in the front office. He loves certain players regardless of their flaws. So he's going to bring them to the Padres no matter what. Like, it's AJ Preller thinking that he knows best. So if he brings him back on a 1-year deal, like Tommy Pham says, it better be a 1-year deal that's not worth a lot of money. Because if you bring back Tommy Pham for anything over, say, what, $6 million, you're risking it there. You're running a risk of another bad contract.
Yeah, I mean, here's what we know about Tommy Pham. He gets on base. I mean, I just told you he doesn't hit. He's hitting 220, whatever, but his on-base percentage is better than 100 points higher than his batting average. You like that. His walk rate is something like top 5 or top 10 in baseball this year. Okay, I do like that. I like that table-setting ability, but I don't know if I like it for my guy that I'm supplanting in left field 150 games and just saying get on base. I think I need more than that. Now, if he still has the pop, okay. He hasn't shown it in San Diego. If he still has the speed, okay. He has shown that at times. He's a fourth outfielder for me. The problem is he's not going to want to be a fourth outfielder if he's taking a 1-year deal, if he's going to try to then, you know, have that career year, go get that 2 or 3 year deal, go get that $45 million 3-year deal as a 34-year-old. I'm hard pressed to believe that happens. So if he's not going to play every day, is he going to want to be here? And if he is going to play every day, is that the type of player that puts you in a position to be World Series caliber? You're muted.
Sorry. Like, sorry. My dog's running around. What other options do they have? They don't have a good backup for Tommy Pham. To expect him to play every day, good luck, but you better have another option. And I don't think this
Ryan
team has...
O'Grady.
Stop it. Stop it.
No, you'd have to go out. I mean, you'd have to go out in free agency. I'm with you. I'm with you on the youngsters. If you're relying on Robert Hassel, I mean, a guy that's an A-ball this year, you can't rely on him to start for you in left field in 2022. No. He might play for you at some point in 2022. Maybe you rely on him in 2023. But you're right. If you're in a window of winning now, and if you're going to have C.J. Abrams on your team, you're not going to have C.J. Abrams and Will Haskell and all that. Now Abrams creates some possibilities. But, I mean, if Abrams is in center for you, and you've got a really good outfielder defensively in Trent Grisham that can play right, and you move Myers to left, then again, Pham for me is a good fourth outfielder in that scenario. So I could see something like that playing out. I don't see Pham playing 150 games for the Padres in 2022. And I don't know if the Padres really want him playing 150 games for them next year, even if he does come back.
Right. And then, just looking back at the free agent list here, like Jake Marisnik, gone. I don't,
Fifth
he brings
outfielder.
fifth outfielder. Starling Marte does intrigue me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you think he intrigues everyone. I mean, the problem is he's going to cost money, real money.
Marwin Gonzalez, Corey Dickerson.
Listen, I mean, Mark Canha,
Jock Peterson.
With
I
Oakland,
would.
There's guys, there's flyer guys.
Yeah, Jock Peterson for me. You can get him on a 2-year, $11 million deal. That'd be extremely ideal. That's who I would choose because screw batting average, right? I want someone with pop. I want a guy besides Tatis and Machado that can go to the plate and you can rely on them. Not rely on them, but at any moment they can knock one out of the park. And Jock Peterson's that type of guy where he goes to the plate, a power left-handed bat. This team does not have a power left-handed bat on their roster besides Cronenworth. But he has 21 homers, and I don't expect him to be that type of guy, nor do I want to put that pressure on him to be a power guy. I don't think that's his game. I think he can give you 20 to 25 homers a year, but he's not a power bat. This team desperately needs a left-handed power bat. Desperately.
I do agree with that. I mean, I'm looking at his 2021. He's appeared in about 140 games. His WAR is 0. His 2020 with the Dodgers, he hit $190. His last real year, and it was a good one in 2019, 876 OPS. But I mean, come 2022, you're 3 seasons removed from that. I was not old. I agree with you on the power left-handed bat. He would serve a role. And that could be a bench role too, by the way, because they have no bench power and DH, right? I mean, just someone that could be plugged in there. He'd come cheap. I mean, Jock Peterson comes cheap at this point in his career. So I think ultimately they're not going to the Castellanoses and the Starling Martes. Now, might they go to the Chris Taylors or the AJ Pollocks? Yeah, and then I think a step below that is the Tommy Phams, right? I think that's your order. Obviously, the moon is guys they're probably not shooting for because of their salary. The next level is desirable pieces. And then the next level is players that are the caliber of Tommy Pham, which is fine players, maybe big league average players. But I don't know if those are guys that the Padres want if 2022 is the wide open window and you got to win. So it's something to consider. But on a 1-year deal, I'm with you. Ultimately, a 1-year deal for $5 million. I think Tommy Pham, if they can get that deal done, I think Tommy Pham comes back.
Yeah, and I think there could be a good chance that if you hear from Tommy Pham, like that he is publicly saying, I would come back on a 1-year deal because I want to reestablish my market. That to me is the signal of, the bat signal from Tommy Pham and the Padres that there could be a marriage there. And a 1-year, $5 million deal, whatever the numbers would be. Okay. Does it excite you? No. Are a lot of people going to be happy about it because of what they have seen from Tommy Pham this last year and a half? No. But again, like you said, they need something. And Tommy Pham is a major league hitter. He is one of the best at the strike zone. He's seen the strike zone in all of baseball. Does it translate to, a lot of hits and high average? No. But he does get on base for you. He had that stretch where he walked every single game for you.
Yep.
So he has moments. And if he can have that sustained through 130 games of a season, then that's pretty good on a 1-year deal. But again, I just want pop. I want someone with power. And, Jock Peterson, yeah, he might bat 190, but if he's going to hit you 25, 30 home runs, then I'm cool with that. That's why I'm sure Joey Gallo was a huge target of AJ Preller's, because guy hits for pop and he's a left-handed bat. They don't have it on this team and they need it.
All right. So, do you want Tommy Pham back? Reply down below in the comments section. We will get back to you and interact with you there. The reason to hit the subscribe button is because we're providing year-round Padres content that other people aren't doing. So if you want year-round Padres content, because we're talking about it multiple times a week, in fact, the 2 weeks we've been doing this, I think we've done it each and every day, hit the subscribe button. So hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up as well. Follow us on Twitter, at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Let's do it again later this week. You've been watching The Wrap-Up Show with John Schaefer and Jim Russell.